Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about weight loss, weight maintenance, toning our body, eating healthy, nourishing food, and working out. I love this topic, and I asked recently if you all wanted to see a video on this, and I got some really great feedback. I also asked on Instagram if there were any specific things that you all would like me to cover, and again, I got great feedback, and a lot of you asked similar things, so I'm going to make sure I cover those things. I want to start out by saying, of course, I am not a doctor, and if you have any concerns at all, if you are starting exercise for the first time, if you have any health issues, you need to talk to your doctor. They are an expert and I am not, so it's really important to be an advocate for yourself and take care of yourself and seek out an expert if you have any concerns at all. Let's talk about our goals first. I think it's really important to know your why. Why do you want to work out? Why do you want to eat healthy? Why do you want to lose weight if that is one of your goals? And it is okay to want to look better and feel better about your body, but it's also so important to take care of our health. And we are so much more than the way we look on the outside. And don't get me wrong, I want to be fit and toned, and that is because I want to feel good about the way I look. But I also want to be healthy. I want energy. I want to feel good. I want to be able to do things, and I don't want to be sick. And so I'm doing my part to take care of my body. So whatever your goals are, I think it's really important to know why. Knowing your why in any goal really helps you to go for it. If you're just doing it because it's what everybody does in January or at the beginning of the year, then it's not necessarily going to stick as well as if you know your why, you know what your goal is, you know the end game here, and the end game is to live this way all the time throughout your life. It's more of a lifestyle than just going on a diet to get to a certain size and then throwing it all out the window and going right back to eating unhealthy or not taking care of yourself. Some of you may be looking to lose weight, some of you may be looking to gain more muscle or tone your body. And one of the things that I have found to be really helpful is to not just measure my weight, but use a body analyzer. And I have had this one for, I think it's been 4.5 to 5 years. I had another one before that, so I've always measured my body fat either at the gym or at home. I always like to see the breakdown instead of just that number of pounds on the scale, because it really does matter. Is that weight more muscle or is it fat? Am I actually losing body fat or am I losing muscle and water and those things? Am I putting on muscle, losing body fat? That's my goal. And so I think it's really important to have a body analyzer. When you put on muscle, your weight on the scale might go up, but you'll see that your muscle mass will go up and your body fat should be going down, and you want to stay in a healthy range. So my goal is to have a lower body fat and higher muscle mass. So I find that a body analyzer is really helpful. I've had this one for almost 5 years now, and it's great. It measures everything, and that way you can really see, am I losing muscle, gaining muscle? Am I losing fat? And we want to know the breakdown. So I do have a discount code and link in my description box for 60% off this one. I've had it for years, like I mentioned, so I highly recommend it. It's a really great tool to see exactly where you are. And I know that it really helps me so that I am working on the right things. Instead of just one number, I have them all, and I know that my body fat percentage is going down, my muscle mass is going up, and it really helps you to just have the breakdown. So I highly recommend it, and I'll have the link and the code in the description box below for you. So how do we lower our body fat, be more toned, feel good, have energy, and lose weight? And the main things, like everyone tells us, is to watch what we're eating and to exercise. So I got asked so many times if I count calories, if I count carbs, if there's any particular diet that I follow. I do have some general things that I follow, and I will share those with you, but I don't count calories or carbs on a daily basis. I will say, if you are just starting out and you want to lose weight, counting calories is a really great way to know exactly what is in the food that you're eating. And I recommend MyFitnessPal because it is really easy to use. It's a free app, and it breaks everything down for you, and it has a scanner, so you can just scan your almond milk. You can scan whatever you eat, and you can also put in like a large banana, and it will have the calories and the breakdown for you, so you can see how much fat you're consuming, how many carbs, how much sugar, and all of those things. And it will really help you if you're starting out and need to kind of figure out, okay, why have I gained this weight? What is actually in the food I'm eating? And you want to make some changes, well, it's good to know. But I think it's really important to have a lifestyle that you can maintain. So if you are losing weight, obviously you have to reduce the calories that you are consuming. But it's important to make it sustainable. You don't want to reduce it so much that you absolutely hate it and you feel hungry all the time, and you don't want to do this. You can never ever have anything you want because you won't keep up with that for the rest of your life. You'll hopefully lose some weight and get to your goal, but then when you reach your goal, are you going to throw all of that out the window? You'll eventually gain the weight back. So I think it's just really important, if you're starting out, to know exactly what you're putting into your body, know about how many calories you are consuming, know if you're eating healthy fat or really horrible things for your body that are full of chemicals and sugar and all of those things. It's just really important to know what you're consuming. So you may have to start there, and eventually you'll know, okay, if I eat about this much in a day, I'll maintain my weight, or I can keep doing this for the rest of my life. This is enough food for me. When you start out any type of calorie cutting or what have you, you may feel hungry because you were used to eating more, but you shouldn't feel hungry all the time. So it might take a little bit for your body to get used to less calories, and you'll eventually quit craving sugar and things like that. But you shouldn't continuously feel hungry. That is not good for your body to just feel hungry all the time. It's telling you it needs more fuel, and you won't be able to sustain that. You won't want to feel hungry all the time. So you may do really great and then you binge because you're hungry and you don't allow any indulgences at all, and so you'll start binging and then repeat the cycle over and over and over again. I mean, at least that's what most people do. So I think it's really important to have something that's sustainable. I was asked about eating sugar. So when I first started YouTube, I went a whole year without eating any processed sugar. So no cookies, candy, nothing like that, no sugary coffee creamer, but I did eat fruit and things like that are natural sugar. So no comments about that. I got comments a lot about that on the video, but it was just processed sugar. So donuts and all of those things. I went a whole year. Now I don't skip out on sugar 100%. I try not to eat it most of the time, but I will have some sometimes because that's just sustainable for me, and I enjoy having a treat sometimes. If we go on a date and I want to have a drink or have ice cream, then I'll have it and I don't feel guilty. And that's so important. It's so important to have a good relationship with food and not feel bad for eating something. It's a treat. You know, you can definitely have that once in a while. So for me, I don't have any hard and fast rules about how often, and you'll have to kind of see. Some people are better if they cut things out completely because then they don't have the taste for it. They're not tempted to keep eating it. But I have found that for a lot of people, it's better to allow it occasionally. So if sugar is something that you're trying to avoid and you eat it every day, maybe cut down to once a week. Like, okay, but that once a week isn't like all day sugar-a-thon. It's just one treat and you can have it and enjoy it, not feel guilty, not binge, and then you know, you get right back on track and then you look forward to your little treat, and that may be sustainable. So for me, I don't really say like once a week or anything. I try to avoid it except for maybe a date night or if we have company and have dessert or go to someone's house. But if I'm really wanting something sweet, a lot of times we don't have anything sweet in our house anyway, but if I'm really wanting something sweet, then maybe I will have something because I've learned it's okay to just have a treat. And I've also found that it's better sometimes to just allow yourself to have a little something because you'll end up eating half the pantry and refrigerator because you can't just allow yourself to have that one little thing that you want. So having a balance and not being overly strict with yourself, I find is the best policy. Also, I try not to eat salty things like chips and all of that. We actually don't buy any of those things anymore. If my boys are 19 and 21, by the way, if you're newer to my channel, if my boys want something, they will buy it, but they don't keep it in the pantry, and that way, you know, they can have it occasionally, but it's not something that we continuously have in the pantry. We used to buy chips all the time and it was getting out of hand, and I noticed that my boys would eat chips for like lunch instead of making something, and I was like, all right, just tell me what you guys want and we'll have it in the house. I buy ground beef, they make burgers, they buy like chicken breasts and make that with some rice, and my boys are tall and one of them works out all the time, so they need fuel for their body, and I don't mind buying that. I just don't want to buy all the bags of chips because that is not healthy for them either. And that leads me to another thing. I got asked about temptation and indulgences and things like that. It's so much better if you just don't have it in your house. And I know as soon as I say that, some of you are thinking, yeah, but my husband or my kids or whatever. It's not good for your kids either. It's not good for them to have all the ice cream and cookies and, you know, little snack cakes and all of that. It really is not. And even if they look healthy and don't have any health issues, it's really not good for them to be consuming that either. So that's when you have to decide how you're going to handle that, if you want to do an overhaul with the whole family, or if you are really trying to get healthier, you may just have to say, all right, we're not going to have this in the house. Or can you not keep it in the pantry? Just have a different spot for it. So those are just some ideas. I know it can be hard with maybe your spouse doesn't want anything to do with this lifestyle change and he wants, you know, different things. And I know that that can be hard to navigate. And I will say that while it's so much easier if you don't have it, you have to want this for yourself. So you have to remember your why and you have to do it for yourself, and you have to stick to what you want regardless of all the obstacles, because there will be obstacles. There will be parties you're invited to, there will be food in the office, people bringing in donuts and cakes. You'll be invited out for drinks with your friends. You'll have company, so you'll feel like you need to make dessert. You'll have days where you're really tired, you don't want to work out, and you have to want it for yourself. You have to want to be healthy. You have to want that goal. So remember your why and just keep at it and do it because of all the reasons you thought about. At the beginning of this video, when I said know your why, do it for your why, and just realize that you may have to do it by yourself. You might not have the support of your spouse. You may have lots of temptation. So it's really important to just know why you're doing it and stick to it for you. I did get asked a lot about what I eat in a day and if I'll do videos like that. So you can let me know if you want to see more what I eat in a day or what I eat in a week with my workouts. I used to do those a lot. So this is how I eat pretty much all the time. In the morning for breakfast, I have a smoothie pretty much every day. And I like Smoothie Box because everything is organic and it comes in a package already for you. I can leave a link below if you want to check that out. So I will have that, the fruit and veggie mix from the Smoothie Box with 1 cup of almond milk. I will put in 2 scoops of protein powder, which is like 20 grams of protein. And that is great. I have that actually before I go to the gym. A lot of people do protein shakes after, but I need like fuel when I go to the gym. So that's what I have before I work out. Then I have lunch after I work out. And I usually do a huge salad with lots of different vegetables and things in it, and I change it up. I don't have the same thing every day or every week. If we have some leftover chicken, I will put that in there. Sometimes I will cook salmon and put that on my salad, or shrimp. I'll cook shrimp for a couple days worth of salad and have that on top. I've been on an egg kick lately for lunch, so sometimes I'll do a 2-egg omelet and I will just put some vegetables, whatever we have in the house, spinach, tomatoes, or whatever I feel like, and then I'll have fruit with it. And I try to do a good variety of fruit, so maybe pineapple with clementine and berries, or in the summer I'll do more berries or watermelon or cantaloupe or something like that, and that will be my lunch. For snacks, I try not to snack a ton, but if I'm hungry, I listen to my body and I will get a snack. So I find that nuts are great. I like almonds or walnuts or pecans, and that keeps me full because of the protein and the healthy fat. Or I will have that with some fruit, or just some fruit, or some yogurt with some berries. Yeah, those are basically the things that I snack on. I know a lot of you guys have families that you cook for, and so dinner can be a challenge. So what I do is I try to eat really healthy throughout the day, and then I make dinner, and sometimes there's cream sauce or cheese or whatever, and you can substitute some things. I did a video about that a while back. I'll try to find it and link it. If I'm making something, I could maybe make a taco salad. If I was trying to lose weight, I'm not really trying to lose weight, so I'll just have the tacos, but I don't go crazy. I eat my plate of food and I eat enough, but I don't need to like go and just eat meat because it tastes good, you know? So that's just basically how I eat. And then I already mentioned, some indulgences every once in a while. I feel like I could go on and on, but I did want to move on to working out and exercise. But I will say, with losing weight, most of it is what you eat. If you are cutting down on calories and not consuming a lot of sugary, fat-laden, unhealthy things, and you are eating what your body needs, you will lose weight. Exercise will definitely help, but you cannot just think that because you exercise, you can eat whatever you want. And I know I hear people say that, and I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way, because you cannot just work out and then put a bunch of garbage into your body. Really, when you're working out, say you burn 1,000 calories, that's like a good workout. If you burn 1,000 calories and then you eat like a double cheeseburger at a fast food place, well, that's probably more than what you burned. So you can see it doesn't equal out. You can't just eat whatever you want if you're working out. Working out will definitely help you to be more fit. It will help you to tone your body. It will give you energy, make you feel really good, but you can't just eat a bunch of garbage and then work out and think that you'll be slim and fit and trim. It just doesn't work out that way. And I know a lot of you guys know that, but I hear that myth all the time. So I got asked to share my workout, and I know this might not be what you want to do. It might not work out for your schedule or whatever, but I'm just going to share what I do. So I work out 5 to 6 days a week for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And I know that might not be what everybody wants to do or has time to do. So that is completely okay. First, I'm going to talk about my workout, then I'll give you some other ideas because I got asked a lot about my workout. So what I do is I go to the gym. I start out with cardio. I usually do the arc trainer. I also like the stair climber and sometimes the treadmill. But I usually start with 30 minutes of cardio. Sometimes I do a little more. I try to bump up the resistance. I try to make sure that I'm really working instead of just getting on there, putting in my 30 minutes and not working really hard. So that is what I do. And then I lift weights. And this is how I break up my workouts. So I will do back and chest. And then the next day I will do my shoulders and my arms. So biceps, triceps, shoulders. And I do different machines, I do different things with dumbbells. I did show a few things in a video last year, so I will link that. And I get asked all the time to record my workouts. I cannot do that. I've recorded a few shots at the gym when I was with John, but now we have memberships at different gyms, so there's always lots of people. And if you really think about the logistics of that, try putting up a camera in the middle of the gym and being like the most annoying person ever at the gym. Also, there's no way to, hold my phone and work out at the same time. It just does not work. And then also trying to respect other people are working out. I've had John film me a few times and that was really all I could do. So it just logistically does not work, and I don't want to be one of those annoying people, but I'm happy to share how I work out. So I do shoulders, biceps, triceps the next day, and I do a variety of things. And then the third day I will do my legs and my glutes. So I will do squats, I will do leg press, I'll do calf raises, lots of other things in there. And I work out for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And sometimes I don't want to stop, but I have other stuff to do. And then I'll start back over with back and chest. You get the idea. So I never work out really sore body parts. I make sure that my body is recovering. And I also do my abs. If my abs are really sore, I don't work them out. Abs tend to recover pretty quickly, so I usually work them out like 4 times a week. And I do different things. It's always good to switch things up instead of just doing the same exact thing with the same exact weight on your whole body every time. And I will say that unless you have health concerns or injuries or anything, be sure to check with your doctor first. But it's important to lift weight. I mean, think about it. Your purse probably weighs more than a 5-pound dumbbell and you're just curling it. You're just really not going to get that definition. So I get asked a lot in videos about my arms, my shoulders, and being toned and different things. So basically, to get toned, you have to lose some body fat so that you can see those muscles. And lifting weight for women, it is not going to get you big and bulky. It just isn't. There are very few women who have the genetics to get really big. I am not one of them. I lift pretty heavy weights and I have for a long time. I just don't have the genetics. I have very long arms, and that means my arms just aren't going to get very bulky, but I want them to be really toned. And when I'm at the gym and I'm pumped up and you can see the muscles, but when I'm just in regular clothes, I want it to be toned, but I don't have to have like big bulky biceps. So don't be afraid to use weight, but listen to your body, check with your doctor, make sure you're okay, and gradually get there. So I increase my weights. I keep trying to lift more and more, and that is how you're able to tone your body. So you have to lose the fat on top so you can see the muscle underneath, and then you just really aren't going to have definition and like toned arms and shoulders and back unless you use some weight or you're doing some type of resistance where you're using your body weight for resistance or something like that, because you have to work the muscles in order for them to get toned. So you see people who may be thin, but they just don't have like definition in their arms and shoulders, and that may be because they aren't using weights when they're working out or using some type of resistance. So I hope that helps. That's how I work out. It's so important to listen to your body and not overtrain it. And I think that you can still work out 5 to 6 days a week if you are working out different body parts each time. I was also asked about workouts if you don't want to go to the gym. There are lots of different types of exercise and workouts. You have to find what you like. The gym is for me. I love cardio and lifting weights, and I feel like you get in really great shape with those things, but they're not the only thing. Even if you're just trying to get healthier and you're not really concerned about your arms being super toned, you just want to be healthy and have energy, start by walking. Start by going for a walk every day, and then increasing, and then maybe jogging and maybe running if you're physically able to do that and you don't have any restrictions. If you have physical limitations and restrictions, but you still want to be healthy, definitely talk to your doctor. That is what they're there for, and they can give you some recommendations. I want you guys to be healthy and strong and love your bodies and feel really good, not just about the way you look on the outside, but I want you to have energy to do the things that you love. And so that's why I wanted to share this video with you. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And if you'd like to check out the Body Analyzer, I will have a link and code in the description box below for 60% off. And like I said, I've had mine for 4.5 to 5 years, and I use it all the time. It's a great way to really know like your whole makeup. I hope you all are doing well and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video.